Good evening, dear all. Welcome to English with Boris Tuesday series of webinars. And today we have a great speaker, Mrs. Marwa Mansour, and today she will talk about STEAM and English education, why, where, and how to start it. So, to be honest, STEM and STEAM are getting really trendy around the globe, and not many educators can really differentiate this terminology and also understand what's the concept behind STEAM and STEM. Yes, and today we have our brilliant Marwa Mansour, and today she will give really deep insights and also understanding why these concepts are getting significant around the globe and way to start teaching uh, these concepts through English education. And let me also just share some information about our speaker today. So all those who are active participants of EWB, they all know Mrs. Marwa Mansour, but for those who are joining our webinars for the first time, I would like to mention that Marwa Mansour is an honorary member of EWB network, and she was born in Cairo, Egypt, and she's an English language educator. After her business studies, she followed her passion for teaching English with a degree from Cambridge University, and since 2004, she has held various English language leadership roles in private schools across multiple countries. And currently, Marwa actively pursues professional development and leads Oxford International School in Tajikistan. So please use this time to expand your understanding of STEAM and also to learn really great insights from our speaker today. And yes, please, if you have any questions, you can leave your questions on Facebook, or if you are joining Zoom, you can leave your questions in the chat box. So enjoy the webinar, and over to you, dear Marwa. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the nice introduction. Uh, I will always and always would like to start by thanking EWB for such a chance. Really, guys, you are trying to reach out to anyone, to everyone all around Tajikistan. I hope one day we will be internationally going as well. Really, thanks a lot for all the efforts you are doing, for every service you are presenting to the teachers to help them improve and being better. Okay, dear audience, let's start right away. We have like about 40 minutes to go together. Today, our presentation is about STEAM. Let me just share that with you. And here we go. I hope everyone can see. Mhm. Okay. So, STEAM and English education. People who know about STEM and STEAM, they always connect that more to science and math and so on. Let's start by asking our dear audience, what do you know about STEM or STEAM? Do you know these letters? What are they standing for? Kindly write in the chat box. What do you think STEM or STEAM is? Let's see. Mhm. Still, I hope everyone is here and we can write in the chat box. What do you think STEM and STEAM, or what are these letters stand for in your opinion? Have you ever faced STEM or STEAM in your classes, in your schools before? Okay, I would start right away until you write your answers. Let's take a look here at this photo together. As we see in this photo, we have a very, very interactive class. As you see here, the students are there, some of them with tablets, others are with models in their hands, and other students at the back there in the photo, they are writing something. This is exactly a STEAM English class, and that's what we are going to discuss today. Have you taught in such a class before? Like in this environment before, or is it always the students sitting in their seats and you are just teaching them? We have some comments here that they can't hear you. Miss Nasiba, would you please confirm? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So dear Gula, can you please, yes, check your mic? There might be a problem with your mic.
Okay, so I hope you have taught before in such an environment. As you see here, it's a very interactive class. We know our students today, and we talked about that in our last webinar and even in previous webinars, the Z generation and all these types of generations. They are very, very attached to technology. And when we were learning English, when we were younger, we were trying to connect the English to the culture of England, the culture of America, as long as they are the origin of the language. But now it's like the students are global citizens, and even English language itself, it's like a global language. It's not only connected to Britain or only to America or whatever. It is now like a global language. Even other accents are now accepted in international exams like IELTS or TOEFL. You can hear parts in the listening from other accents, Spanish accents or whatever. So that's why when we are teaching English now, we need to go globally, not only connected to the culture, but connected to other concepts that we can see in the life of our students now. So let's take a look together. I would like you to look at this concept and try to think about it. What do you think about inquiry-based learning or inquiry-based learning? Have you heard about that concept before as well? Kindly write in the chat box. What do you know about it? From the name, inquiry based or inquiry based. What did you hear before about this concept in teaching or in learning? Okay, I think our chat box is not connected somehow because maybe everyone is on Facebook. Okay, so let's go on. Inquiry-based learning, guys, is when you are depending on the student to learn the lesson himself or herself by asking a lot of questions. This is actually not a new trend, but it's like invading the field of education now. Before, it was depending on the teacher. It's totally teacher centered that you are going there prepared, very well prepared. You are ready for everything. You started to explain the lesson, and the students are just trying to acquire the knowledge from you. But now it is better to go through the inquiry based, which is the student is there in the class and he or she are trying to find the information themselves. You are trying to raise the curiosity in the student just to find more information about the lesson you are presenting today. So here comes the role of the STEAM, or as we are talking today, the STEAM and the connection to the English language teaching. For example, I want you to look at this. This is a sort of inquiry wall or inquiry wall in one of the schools. In that school, they are going to discuss a unit that's called How the World Works. And they have a lesson about rocks. So the name of the lesson is very solid to the students. Rocks, well, what am I going to learn about the rocks? So at the beginning, it looks like very mysterious topic to them, and they don't know I don't know what I really know about rocks. So here comes the teacher's role, just to guide them how to search about rocks and how to find more information about that. Do you think this is connected to learning English or learning science? Actually, both of them, because the students here are learning information about science, about rocks, but at the same time, they are reflecting to show their knowledge in English language. It can be by writing something about rocks, it can be by, I don't know, composing a song about rocks, it can be by designing a poster about rocks. In all cases, they are going to practice English language. They are going to practice English language in writing, in presenting, in speaking, in all ways. Okay, but Miss Marwa, in my point of view, I think this is not very helpful and I can't achieve all the objectives I'm planning regarding the English language as English language. Let's think together, guys. What is English language? Why are we teaching our students English language? It is to be able to communicate, to be able to express what they feel, what they are thinking about. If I'm gonna seat them in my class every day and teach them grammar and ask them just to write in their copybooks, are you quite sure that they will be able to use this grammar out there in life when they need it? I doubt that. They need to practice it with you in the class with a topic related to real life. That's why in many of the speaking classes, sometimes we are asking our students to act as they are in the hotel reception. Go and ask the receptionist a question that you want a room, a double bedroom or whatever, so they practice in real life situation. This is exactly what happens with STEAM. What is STEAM? What is STEAM? As I told you, it is really invading the world of education now. STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. It means that all these subjects are taught all together in one lesson at the same time. And we can add to this English. Okay, can we teach STEAM in Russian? Yes, you can. Can we teach it in Tajik? Yes, you can. As long as you are teaching it in an environment like English environment, it means you are enriching the English language. So here, as you see on the slide, we have science, which totally depends on the exploring the world and knowing more information in English. Technology, it helps the student to use the tools, the applications to solve some problems and go through some communication. Engineering, they would design something together, they will try to solve a specific problem. Arts, they can be more creative, like to express themselves in any media. Like it can be by a video, by a poster, by a painting, by a poem. They can present themselves or reflect to what they learned in arts. And mathematics, of course, it goes for logical thinking and problem solving. Okay, let's take a look at this brain. This is our brain, actually, all of us. Some of us say, I'm a visual learner. Okay, you are a visual learner, but you have another part of your brain that doesn't work without that part. So here we go. As we know, we have two parts of our brain, the left side and the right side. The left side is created to go and control our right side of the body, and the right side is controlling our left side of the body. If you look at the left side here of your brain, you will see that it is responsible for all uh, the logical process that you are doing every day. For example, the languages, the math, logic things, speech, the analysis you are doing, and so on. If you look at the right side here, take a look here at the right side, you will find that it is responsible for a colorful area of your life. How is it? It is responsible for your abilities, for example, your skills, when you recognize the face of someone, the colors, the art, the music, your emotions, how you feel. So what happens in our school is that we are trying to capture only the left part of the brain of our students, because sometimes we feel that the right part is not my job. It is not my job. If the student here in a bad mood, it's not my job. I have a lesson to present. I have a lesson to explain. I have a plan to follow. If the student is here and he doesn't know about colors or whatever, maybe it's not my job either. The most important is that he can solve with the mathematics. This is totally wrong because you are asking your students to act far away from their nature, far away from the way they were built upon. Their brain was created to work in harmony all together. with the colors part, with the logic part. That's how it comes. If you see on the left side, we have languages, and on the right side, we have art, music, and emotions, and so on. So they can cooperate together, both parts, just to create better knowledge, to create a better student, to create more creative products in your class. Let's take a look here. Why STEAM now? According to what we have said, it helps critical thinking and problem solving skills to increase in your students. Here comes to my mind, for example, in some of our classes, we are teaching cause and effect essays. I have seen some of the teachers that, guys, today we are gonna write a cause and effect essay about, I don't know, volcanoes, for example. Okay, as a teacher, did you ask the students to do more research on that? Did you ask your students to draw something related to that? Did you ask them to think about the real reasons and the real effects of that? No. He just asked them to write a cause and effect essay. Maybe some of your colleagues, even in the school, they don't know how to write a cause and effect essay. You need to start in steps. So these steps comes with STEAM. Okay, also STEAM, it helps creativity and innovation. It helps the student to be more curious and to know more and to be more curious even about adding to all the ideas to create new ideas. It improves communication and collaboration skills. How? When you ask your student to do a presentation about something or to reflect his ideas in a poster or something. This is a way of communication as well. To collaborate together in a project to find specific information about something. This is also STEAM. It makes learning English engaging and more relevant to real life. And here we go. Actually, in my opinion, as an English teacher, this is the main thing I apply STEAM in my classes for. So my main objective is that my students will be able to use the English I am teaching them in real life. So when they practice that in science, in math, in social studies, and in whatever projects they are doing together, they definitely can use it outside of my classroom. It also develops the 21st century skills, like being adaptable, being initiative, and so on. Do you know things about technology and digital things? So these are 21st century skills that we have discussed even before. Okay, how can I create now? Now I know about STEAM. How can I apply STEAM in my class? What should I do? Actually, if you are a primary teacher, it's a piece of cake because you are responsible for almost all the subjects and you can just move across all the subjects and practice that, which is called the transdisciplinary approach. But if you are middle school or high school English language teacher, here comes the challenge because you will need sort of cooperation with other teachers to find out about some topics. Last week in Oxford School, we had English chemistry classes. It was the English teacher and the chemistry teacher, both of them together in the class. They explained, the chemistry teacher explained an experiment, and the English teacher was there. She tried to help the students to write the steps of the experiments in proper English, to write the result of the experiments, and to do the presentation about the experiment. It was really successful experience and both teachers, they liked it very much. And we are trying to apply this with history English sometimes, social studies English sometimes, math English, and so on. Try to find a teacher in your school who is ready to cooperate with you. Let her give you a topic about one of the lessons she is teaching or he is teaching. Cooperate together to create such an atmosphere. English chemistry, English history, English science, English ICT maybe, whatever you can find convenient. So if we discuss STEAM in all these subjects, for example, regarding the science, you can ask your students to do a research and write about specific thing. I remember when we were young, the teacher was always asking us to follow the weather report on TV every evening, and we just write the numbers and what happened in the weather and so on. And the next day in the class, we just present that. My teacher didn't know that he is doing STEAM class, but it was really helpful. We learned everything about how to talk about the weather this way. For technology, maybe you can ask the students to create a video, to create a digital storyboard, or whatever. They are very good at that. For engineering, you can ask them to design or build something like a bridge or so on and to present about that. For arts, they can write a poem or can prepare a poster. We told some examples regarding that. For mathematics, maybe they can design a board game that would ask some math questions or challenges, something like a competition. We have applied that also, and it was really successful. Students are preparing challenging games to other students in the same class. And it was really challenging for them, and they had a lot of fun, all of them together. Okay, so let me look with you at a lesson. We will have a sample lesson. I will imagine with you, I'm an English teacher. Let's say I am teaching middle school, and I want to plan a lesson with you. So the first part, when we are planning our lesson, as you know, we are planning the objectives. What do I want from my lesson? I want my student to will be able to define the term natural disasters. So we will talk about natural disaster with my student. What is the word natural disaster? I want my students to be able to identify different types of natural disasters like volcano, floods, earthquakes, and hurricanes, and so on. I want my students to be able to describe the cause and effect of the natural disasters. I want them to create a safety plan for a specific natural disaster, or maybe to create a solution for that. So let's go together. Regarding science, my students will learn about natural forces. What are they and what are the causes for that? They will learn regarding technology. They will see some pictures, some videos, and they will be able to introduce all these different disasters in presentations or maybe by videos they prepared themselves or whatever. Regarding engineering, they will design a model. This is my plan. I didn't teach anything yet. This is my plan. They will design a model. They will design a structure that will be similar to a natural disaster in real life. For art, they will prepare a presentation regarding the natural disasters. For math, they will make some basic measuring and scaling when they design the model that they will prepare. So let's look at this. I went to my class and I gave them, I divided them into 4 teams, and I gave every team some materials, some papers, I don't know, some wooden parts or whatever, as you see in the picture. And I asked them to work in groups. Every group will present to us a specific disaster, natural disaster. So we have in the first team, for example, fires in the jungles or whatever. The other one, hurricane. The third one, I don't know, storms. And the fourth one, earthquakes. So I asked every team to work together to prepare that model together. So they prepared the model, as you see in the picture. They had a lot of fun together. They had to solve a lot of problems among them even, just to be able to have this production. Of course, their motor skills, I don't know, a lot of things are achieved by having these types of activities with our students. So now comes the presentation time. What will happen? They are not going to speak Spanish, of course. They will speak English. They will have to speak in English. And maybe at the beginning of my lesson, I need to talk to them. What tense are you going to use to talk about natural disasters? Some of them will say, for example, the past simple. How come the past simple? Let them correct each other until they reach to the conclusion that the natural disasters are something like factual. And we present facts in present simple. So they need to express everything and all their sentences to be written in present simple. Let's go for the next here. We have some of the students who really presented their projects, as you see here, and we asked them when they presented their projects to write what happens. Here it comes. I wanted them to write cause and effect essay. Okay, prepare first everything about your project. What are the causes you have found? For example, define what is the earthquake or what is the hurricane? How does it happen? What are the causes for it? What are the results after that? Okay, if it is in your hand, how can you stop that? How can you prevent people from getting harmed from that? Think about some new ideas. Be innovative, be creative. Find the resources. What are the resources you found your information from? Is it a website? Is it an article? Is it a book that you have read? Is it a magazine? So they need to learn about that as well. Okay, so here we go. They prepared all their projects. They prepared all the things they have written about their projects or whatever. In your opinion, as teachers, how many vocabulary did that student learn when he prepared such a thing? I'm sure many vocabulary. Okay. Did he practice how to use the present simple in expressing that enough? Or he needs some more practice? Of course, he learned enough. And he will hear a lot from his colleagues after that expressing that. Okay. Let's look here. This is an inquiry wall that the students prepared as well after studying about natural disasters. Okay, what is the story of the inquiry wall? What happens there? There, the students normally they write at the beginning of the lesson what they know already about the lesson you are teaching, the natural disasters, for example, what they are gonna learn or what they want to learn with you. And at the end of the teaching, they will write what they learned with you. We call it the KWL wall. Know, want to know, and learned. So what they know already, what they want to know with you, and what they learned at the end. In the part that what they want to know, which is the middle part, you see it is full of red sticky notes. The students there, day by day, when they are studying with you, they start to think, what do I want to know about this? They start to be more curious and they started to ask more questions to themselves, to the internet, maybe. They want to know more and more about the topic you are teaching. So what happens here is they start learning by themselves. Let's take a look here. I would like to share with you a couple of videos that might show you how would the students reflect to that. Just a second, please. Here we go. After we are teaching that to our students, we ask them to present that or to reflect to that somehow. How about you as a teacher? Let's see if you are a teacher of primary and you are teaching that. I don't need this sound and anything. I just need to show you a very tiny experiment. This teacher here is trying to help her tiny student to know about tornado. So as you see, it's very, very simple. Some water and food color and just shaking it as you see. And here the child can see the color moving in a tornado like that. It's really nice for the child. Maybe in your point of view as an adult, you see that this is very simple thing and the students are not going to be curious about it. They will be curious about it when you connect it to that lesson. Now I can ask that child a lot of questions. What do you see? How does the water move in that jar? In a circle. Okay. What do you think if we don't have color? Is it easy to you to see it or not? No, it is easier when there is a color. Okay. If you are in the middle of that, what would happen to you? If there is a house in the middle of that, what would happen to you? Okay. How can we prevent that from happening, for example? How can we avoid the results of that? So here the child starts to think with you while looking at that. It makes big difference in their minds. Let's look here at another example. I would like to show to you. Just a second. Here I have another one. Okay. Just my screen is not helping me. Okay. Just a second. You still can see the screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, dear. I will just play the other one and share it immediately. Here we go. Okay, this is another video. Let's take a look here. It's about a volcano. I want just to rush on that. As you see, a nice bottle, and the teacher is putting some sand around it so that we hide the bottle totally. We put some vinegar inside with some color and the soda, the baking soda, as you see. Okay, you see that it is again a very simple experiment. It's a steam experiment, and we can have a lot of talking over that. What happens to the lava? Or maybe what is the liquid coming out of that? What do we call that red liquid coming out of that? Most of them, they know the word lava because they are using it a lot in their video games. I know that from my kids. So they know the word lava already. And they sometimes even they play, don't walk on the lava. There is lava here. They know that word. But we need to define what lava is. Can you search, guys? Tomorrow, let me hear from you. What lava is? Search that on the internet or find it somewhere. Okay. There is a third video that goes more nicely for the high school, if you are a teacher of high school. And here we go. Let me share it with you. This is another video. These students tried to build a model for they were writing or they were having a lesson about earthquakes. Again, it was an English lesson, by the way. But the teacher asked them to prepare some project that shows us some solutions about some solutions for the earthquake to save people's life. So they created this project, for example. As you see, it's very simple. Very simple. It is out of cardboards and some wooden sticks. And they prepared such a project, and they will start to write about this project. How could they overcome this problem? How could say they solve this problem? We are not asking them to be fully engineers. We are asking them just to work their imagination on doing something. And this is our job as a teacher, actually. Not only to teach the language, but also to connect that to their real life. One day they will be engineers and they will have to express that. Okay, let's take a final look here at this screen. Here, for example, this is also a type of reflection from the students regarding Earth and regarding natural disasters. Some of the students, they approached me and they said, Miss, by the way, one of the natural disasters is killing animals. And I told them, okay, this is your point of view. You think killing animals is a natural disaster? They said, yes, but it is caused by human. And here we discussed that we agreed together natural disasters are called by natural forces, But now you are talking about another disaster that's called by human. So they designed the poster just to stop people from shooting the animals and so on. On the other side, the students insisted that one of the disasters that happening because of the people is pollution. So they decided to use some material to be recycled and to put it on the wall like that, just to show everyone that we can reduce, reuse, recycle concept, we can just reduce our usage. We can reuse the things we have and recycle them in such art. So they reflected to that lesson, as you see on the wall, in some, let's say, artwork. So here we go. Here comes the role of this team. I am quite sure that some of the teachers are doing this already in their classes. I'm 100% sure. Somehow you are connecting that to sciences. Actually, in the books we are teaching in the classes, there are reading passages that are connected to that, connected to history or to science or whatever. But we don't practice that with our students. We read the reading passage as solid English reading passage. We are not trying to search farther than that. We are not trying to reflect to that. We are not trying to do some projects with them or to let them express their ideas and their feelings. Leave the space a little bit to your students. It's way better, more comfortable for you as a teacher, and they will practice more English. Here, I just wanted to raise the awareness to all our audience and all the teachers attending that for STEAM and STEM, there are now accreditations for schools and for teachers as well. And believe it or not, it's really invading. And the STEM teachers are really required all around the world now. You can just search online about STEM teacher or STEAM teacher or English STEM teacher. You will find a lot of offers. You will find very big salaries, to be honest, and very few people who would know how to teach English with STEAM or STEM and so on. These are some logos of some international accreditations that are given to schools and even to teachers as well. Recently, they started even to accredit toys that are sold for students. These toys are multitasked, like not only a toy for fun or entertainment, but it's like educational games or educational toys that the students can learn a lot while they are practicing that. So that's also a nice option, guys. Go and search. This is your homework for today. Go and search what is STEM accreditation, what is STEAM accreditation, and how you can apply that in your classroom. We had a sample lesson plan now in front of us. This lesson plan can be applied in many various ways according to your methodology of teaching, but you will touch the result very soon. And what is really joyful about that, when all the school can see the result of your work with your students when they are doing presentation or when they are reciting poems about natural disasters, imagine, or when they are hanging their posters somewhere or painting something or cleaning the area around the school. And believe it or not, you can connect the knowledge in all the subjects to your subject. You will make your subject the main subject and all subjects are around you. That's all from me today. Thank you so much for listening to me for all this time. I'm ready for any question you have regarding this topic.
Thank you so much, dear Marva. That's really great. And every time you bring something new for our audience, and I'm sure, like, STEM and STEAM are getting really popular in Tajikistan as well. At least, like, a couple of major organizations like UNESCO and
Yes.
some organizations are also implementing STEM projects in Tajikistan, but this is completely new project in terms of, the initial phase is just, working with the Ministry of Education and Science and then just rolling up, the curriculum developed around STEM. And this is something really exciting. And we hope that those who are working in STEM or STEAM, they will find these resources really helpful and also, yeah, great for expanding these concepts in Tajikistan. Thank you so much. Dear all, let's open the floor to our questions and answers. So please don't hesitate to ask your questions. And Ms. Marwa, if you don't mind, my question will go first. So um, if we think about the overall educational concepts, yeah, in the next 10 years, how do you see the language learning? Will it be purely language learning, or there will be more involvement of STEM and STEAM in educational processes, or how do you see this tendency going on? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, I see that if we don't approach those kids now, that tsunami just will take us away, and a new generation of teachers will come. So that's why in every time I am focusing on just to integrate everything with English learning. Um, we know, Miss Nasiba, that the English teacher is more careful about her or his knowledge regarding grammar mainly, and on the other side, literature. So if grammar and literature are strong in the teacher, it means that he is a strong teacher. Actually, nowadays, it's not like that. Kids are acquiring the language from the games that they are playing online. Um, so we need to approach them somehow. For 2 years now, we are applying STEM classes in Oxford School. We are giving one lesson every week to each class, all the classes. It's really beneficial. At the beginning, we had a local teacher teaching that, but now we mixed. It's local and foreigner teacher, a teacher from England with a teacher from Tajikistan. Both of them are working together on the STEM classes. It's really good. It's going really good. Believe it or not, the kids are running to that class because they are practicing something. They are finding solutions to some problems. They feel that they are beneficial. But the kids now are more into screens, guys. They are more into touching things. Take a child with you to any shop, and tell him at the entrance, don't touch anything until we are out. He will definitely go and just touch everything. When we were young, we were just told that once, and maybe we are scared of touching anything. But nowadays, kids, they are very curious. They are risk takers. They want to investigate new things. So because of the digital life they are in, if we are far away from them, we will just lose them somewhere. So we have to be involved with them. I see the future of education definitely going with transdisciplinary approach, that everything is taught by everything. All the teachers are cooperating together to create some knowledge for the kids. Not alone. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, dear.
Sorry. And my next question would be, uh, yeah, recently I've also just, kind of track what are, you know, kind of very popular trends in education. And for the last couple of years, education in emergency, yeah, was
Yes.
something new which popped up because of the COVID and other, other challenges that we face. And to some extent, I see the linkages of education in emergency with STEAM and STEM. Yes, because through the STEAM and STEM, we can prepare the students to think critically and also to be quite responsive in critical situations. Yeah. So, what do you think? What's your opinion about that?
I think it's really, really important. So for one of the projects that I attended myself, and it was really, really helpful. When we applied the drills in the school, we applied drills like as if there is an earthquake or there is a fire, and we had the alarm. Like the alarm was like by the teachers and everything. We organized everything first, and we educated the kids inside the classes about the disasters that happen in natural life, and it can be earthquake, or in such a case it can be fire as well in the school, or something. So how would they act, what are the process for that, what will happen, and so on. The kids were guiding each other. The like at the time when it was like the practical time for that, we assigned a special place for every class outside in the yard, and we gave all the instructions, and even we invited an ambulance and the firefighters to come and act with us. It was a very nice day. The kids saw everything practical. And after that, they kept on talking about that. And one of the parts in that, we had some students like stuck in a class, and the firefighters brought them from the windows and so on. It was very interesting to them. Like, and after that, they started to think about it. What will happen if that building collapsed, for example? How can we protect the people inside? Miss, we were standing in the correct place, because if we are standing beside the building, something might collapse over us or something. So, and after that, in the STEM class, they built different types of bridges. If you search online, you will find that the bridges are different types. And sometimes it can be helpful to secure people from one place to another place. And they started to think about how if we build a bridge for Oxford School from the upper window to the street and so on, crazy things might come up. But the kids are practicing that in real life, and that's what we need. Regarding the language itself, communication is enough for me, in my opinion. If the child can communicate with you in English and can deliver his idea correctly in a poster, in a video, in, I don't know, a writing piece or whatever, then you are a successful teacher.
Yeah, thank you so much. Really interesting. And we have a question from our members as well. So Bahti Begim is asking, is it possible to incorporate STEAM in teaching any literary text so that it can help to comprehend the text?
Now we are talking about pure language. You have a
Mhm.
reading text and you want to teach it to your students, and you are asking if STEAM can help in that. Um, if you look at the science book, it's like text. The social studies book, it's a text. And we are trying to teach the kids something through that text. So we can find a lot of texts, it's not a problem. But how can I apply that during the STEAM class? Maybe divide that text into pieces, give it to different groups, ask them to investigate the information in each piece, ask them to collect it as a puzzle after that. If it would work like this or like that, which step comes first? Maybe you can find more creative ideas that maybe step two can be step four or whatever. So you will need to experience that with your students in the class. Definitely, you can use anything by STEAM, uh, even in the higher level. Like, I think the hardest thing to the English teacher is teaching writing, academic writing. Let's talk about the topic of today, for example, cause and effect. Can we teach cause and effect essay by STEAM? Yes, we can. We just show the steps to our students with the projects they have prepared. And it's like puzzle pieces. They need to gather all of them together. And after that, they will have an essay. Definitely, you can. You can apply anything within the STEAM or STEM.
Yeah, thank you so much. Uh, so if we talk about life skills and STEAM and STEM,
Mhm.
to what extent they can, they can just, intermingle and also just, help each other in in the concept of like bringing, um, how to say, more contemporary education into classrooms.
Normally, Miss Nasiba, when we talk about education, the very big point we need to discuss is motivation. Our students are lack of motivation. They even come to the school early in the morning without motivation. They don't want to wake up early. They don't want to gather their bags or whatever to bring their copybooks. They don't want to meet the teachers because the teacher will ask about the homework of yesterday or whatever. So, in my opinion, when you just go through STEM and STEAM methodology of teaching a language, it increases the motivation in your students to attend your lesson. Even you as a teacher, just try it, guys, try it one time. You as a teacher, you become motivated to the class because you feel that you will do something different today. We will experience something different. We will research in a different way. We will even build something together. The problem and the big obstacle is planning. Um, Teachers have commitment towards the plan more than towards the quality of education. So the plan is more important than the quality. That's what I see sometimes. Guys, put the plan aside. It's nice to plan. I am not against plans. It's nice to plan. But sometimes you need to go with the flow. Like plans doesn't all they don't always work. Even when you plan for your vacation, it doesn't always work. Sometimes you have to go with the flow. You plan for some trip and it doesn't work. It is the same in your classroom because we are dealing with human factor, the students. They come with different motivations, different moods. Maybe they have a quiz today in another subject. Maybe the teacher before you said something bad to them that they were annoyed about or whatever. How can I just pull the trigger of motivation? Just apply some STEM or STEAM in your class. Ask them to research something. There is another obstacle, Miss Nasiba, here, what that I face myself, the access to internet. Most of the students, they don't have access to do research. They can't reach the internet. My father is the only one who has internet and he comes late in the evening, for example. I can't do a research. You as a teacher, cut some time for your student just to take them to the ICT lab or maybe to search from your own telephone or to bring your laptop to the class and do the research with them. Whatever, we can reach some resources. The library of the school, the library of the city, the library of another school. Take them in a field trip to another library of the university, let's say. We are searching for some resources. I am sure it is a very nice activity. I don't know, to be honest, about administration of other schools, either local schools or private schools, but you need to give it a try. Just present a project to your principal or director. Tell her that we wanted to visit the library of Hujat State University. We are researching this, and I want my students to learn how to do a research. Take them there, find the answers to their questions, come back, work on your projects. Again, it takes us back again to your plan. Your plan is designed for 1 day lesson, but now we are talking about 3, 4 days lesson, the same lesson. It is okay. Just go for it. Let them practice English, reading, thinking, writing, painting, and drawing, presentation after that. It will work. That's it.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is really great. And I'm sure, like, even at least, like, if the teachers can download, yeah, from internet some useful resources like videos or like, um, some kind of, tutorials, how
Documentary.
to use STEM and STEAM in the classroom. I think that would be also just helpful both for educators and students. Yeah, thank you so much. And dear all, we'll be sharing this presentation with you very soon. Thank you so much, dear Mrs. Marwa Mansour. It's always a great pleasure to learn something new from you. And
Okay.
we hope for more webinars with you in the future. So once again, dear all, thank you for joining today's webinar, and we really encourage you to use, the
STEAM
the
stuff.
materials that were shared
Mhm.
today by our speaker, and of course, like, yeah, try to do your classes more interesting with STEM and STEAM, and also just please share your results. So we will be happy to, yeah, to make a discussion around that with our speaker. Thank you so much once
Thanks a lot,
again.
Miss Nasiba. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
always such a great pleasure to be with all of you and exchange ideas as well as learn from each other. Thank you so much, dear all, and wishing you to have a great evening. Bye bye. See you next
Enjoy
week.
your evening. Bye bye, everyone.